Hello, my name is Chris. I would like to thank you for joining me today to discuss mobile marketing. I'm going to share with you some really creative solutions where people can actually get their marketing message to millions of people on their mobile devices that interacts with them and actually has them coming back again and again to grow their business. How would you like to press a button and have customers flooding into your doors only hours later? Does it sound too good to be true? Stick with me for the next 25 minutes. I will explain how mobile app push notifications can make push button money a reality for your business without your having to pay a dime in text message telecom fees. Now, media has evolved a lot over the years. The first newspaper was started in 1605, the first radio broadcast was in 1906, followed by the first television broadcast in 1936. In 1990, the first website was introduced. Each one of these innovations brought about a profound new way in which people consume media content. And you know what was great about the internet revolution? You could actually, for the first time, interact with your customers. This allows you to better target your advertising to those people who are actively looking for your business. People who got on board early in the mid and late 1990s expanded their brands and gained market share. Over a quarter century later, nearly everyone has a website. Another important milestone came in 2007 with the invention of the iPhone. And what a lot of people do not realize, it is just as important as the desktop internet revolution. In fact, smartphones provide an even greater ability to interact in real time with your customers because they are carried with users at all times during the day. How would you have liked to have been one of the first in your area to have a website in 1999? 10 to 20 years from now, just about every business that is still around will probably have their own mobile app just like they have websites today. It is better for you to be an early adopter now, just as it was advantageous to be a first mover when the internet revolution took off years ago. According to Salesforce, 68% of companies have already integrated mobile marketing into their overall marketing strategy. Why? Because the mobile phone is very rapidly replacing the internet as the device people consume content on. If you want to advertise to someone, you want to advertise on the device that they use the most and that they have the most intimate experience with. Here are some important mobile device statistics that you should know. 50% of smartphone users grab the phone right after waking up. In 2015, the number of mobile searches on Google exceeded desktop searches for the first time. 78% of Facebook users are mobile only. This Christmas season, 70% of shoppers on Amazon were on mobile devices. And here is a really important statistic for your business. 88% of consumers who search for a type of local business on a mobile device call or go to that business within 24 hours. Those people are prime buyers ready to put money into your pocket. And if you're looking to gain share among younger demographics, mobile is even more important. Look at how the majority of people under 50 say they miss their mobile phone more than any other device. Simply stated, if your business is not focusing on marketing to mobile devices, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. What about a mobile website? Well, those are extremely important to the mobile experience. However, having a mobile website is only part of the equation. A mobile website is what someone finds when searching for you in search engines such as Google. However, if you want to get users to continue coming back to your business, you want to deploy a mobile app, or they might never see that mobile website ever again. Let's examine why. First of all, in case you're not familiar with mobile apps, these are pieces of software that can be downloaded from your phone from either the Apple Store or the Google Play Store depending on what type of smartphone you have. Apps allow for enhanced functionality over mobile websites and can be accessed even when a phone is not connected to the internet. Because of the enhanced functionality, people will generally use apps over the equivalent website. According to Smart Insights, 89% of time spent on mobile devices is through an app, as opposed to 11% viewing sites on the World Wide Web. And there are many good reasons for this. It is just a better experience for users. They consume less data on their mobile plans because they're not reloading the same website over and over again. You see, once you download an app, you never have to waste bandwidth and time downloading the contents of a site's pages. For example, if you have a food menu on your app that the customer has already downloaded, the person does not need to be connected to the internet to view it. To demonstrate this point, I use the Weather Channel app instead of going to weather.com to get local forecast. The app immediately knows my location through my phone's GPS. It has all my preferences on how I want to view the weather built in. The code relating to the background and presentation of the weather is already loaded on the phone. So the app only needs to query a little bit of data for the forecast itself, which might have already been updated in the background earlier in the day. They advertise, get your weather faster and your weather whenever and however you want it, which is largely true and accurately reflects precisely why I use the app instead of going through a website. And as I will describe in a moment, you can actually engage with customers directly through the app. And this is really important. Attracting new customers is very expensive, as I'm sure you're aware of. Many businesses will actually lose money to get a person in the door for the first time, just in the hopes of converting them into a regular. However, if you're relying on hope to bring in return business, then you're really missing a massive opportunity. Industry estimates showed it's 5 times less expensive to bring an existing customer back than to acquire a new customer. And that was before the power of mobile app marketing. Just with a little effort, you could potentially triple your lifetime customer value by increasing engagement with mobile apps. Let's closely examine some of the many ways a mobile app can help your business. Well, first of all, your business gets a massive boost in reputation and brand awareness. The perception is that apps cost a lot of money to build, and generally only really large brands will have one. By the way, that perception is not necessarily true, as I'll show you later in the presentation. However, by having a mobile app, you literally put yourself in the same class as the large brands that everyone knows and trusts. That additional trust factor could be what pushes people over the edge to try out your business for the first time, as opposed to your competitor. Next, you get click to call buttons allowing a user to easily call you from a mobile device without having to go to the website, look up the number, either remember it and then dial, or then find a piece of paper and write it down and then dial. They literally just click the button and they're done. This feature isn't exactly unique to mobile apps, but it should also be on most mobile websites as well. A less common feature on mobile websites that is present on mobile apps is the user can get GPS directions to your place from wherever they are using the phone, which can come in handy if they've never been to your restaurant or location the first time. An online calendar can be used to let a person know key upcoming events in real time. You might ask, why is it so important to get them to install the app? The answer? The push button marketing I mentioned earlier in this presentation. This is by far the most powerful reason to get people to install apps on their phones. When your app is installed on their device, you can send them what are known as push notifications to their phone at any time. These come across the phone similar to text messages, except without the per message cost or regulatory restrictions involved with text message marketing. You can even embed links to other websites in push notifications if you are doing some sort of cross promotion with another business. Text messages and push notifications are literally the most in-your-face form of marketing on the planet. Right now, you probably get tons of email that you never read. Maybe you open 4% of your messages or less and ignore the rest. Sound right? However, I bet you read most of your text messages. I mean, they're pretty hard to ignore. The average text message or push notification is opened more than 95% of the time within 15 minutes. Can you name any other form of advertising where you can get that sort of attention? And remember, these are your best customers, people who have already downloaded the app because they are interested in your establishment. And you will not have to pay your local telecom company, Google, Facebook, a single dime to get this in front of your users. No matter how many messages you send out to how many users, this is essentially free advertising because they installed your app on their phone. Just let that sink in for a moment. So you can send messages out repeatedly to your customers to enhance your chances of getting additional business. Think of all the potential applications for your business. You can send new listings to people looking to buy a new property. You can send instant notifications to your list while someone else makes an offer on a house. Then you are more likely to get competing bids in time to get a better price for your client. You can send notifications out on open houses. You can send messages to your list promoting strategic partners such as mortgage brokers or movers. This is a great way to generate cross referrals for your business. You can also send out polls to get user feedback. Are they finding the housing market less or more affordable? What is most important to them in buying a house? Then you can use the results from these surveys to help custom tailor the marketing materials for those houses that you list. This is literally push button marketing. One additional advantage of push notifications is that you can also segment your list. You see, while it's nice to be able to send an unlimited number of messages with no per message fee, in reality, you just cannot blast people every day or every hour with push notifications. Because push notifications are so in your face and disruptive, you probably want to keep it to 1 to 2 times per week. However, when someone installs your app, you can direct them to sign up for the list that they are most interested in. Maybe they are looking for new houses. Maybe they are looking for homes in a certain school district. Maybe they are looking for bank foreclosure properties. Maybe they are interested in one particular house and want updates if new offers come in. The great thing is they can sign up for whatever they want within the app itself, which means you can send more targeted message without people uninstalling your app because they're annoyed with all the messages. You can even segment that list by their location. So maybe you can send flash notifications on an open house to people who happen to be in the area at the time if you have a slow showing. Next, we all know that sharing is a huge deal for promoting your business. Your mobile app can also have social sharing functionality that automatically encourages people to share your app with their friends on Facebook or email. The social share feature is a great way your mobile app can get you brand new business on top of engaging customers to get repeat business, and a great way to multiply the benefits of any advertising that you're doing right now. Sharing, by the way, is not the only way an app can help you get new customers. Did you realize that 29% of searches on mobile devices are on the App Store itself? So if you do not have an app, you're not even competing for these searches. Let me give you a real-world example of how having an app can pay for itself many times over, just in terms of new business you can get. Our developers produced an app for a small surf shop, Uncle Funky's Boards in Manhattan. The original hope for the business owner was that the app would pay itself off in about 6 months. However, within only 12 hours of the app going live, the app brought in a big sale. And the app essentially paid for itself, not within the first 6 months, but within the first week of it going live, because it went viral as people found it in the App Store. Now, I'm not saying this is typical by any means, but it's just an example of what can happen when you produce an app that really resonates with your audience. Now, you might be thinking, this mobile app thing sounds like a great idea, but having a completely built custom app, that'll cost you a fortune, not to mention a lot of your valuable time. Well, if you went out there and tried to hire a developer yourself, that's probably the case. Just ask yourself, what do you think that would cost? Getting an app made can be quite expensive if you do not have our expertise. It might be $20,000 to $50,000 with a recurring $2,000 a month maintenance fee to keep up with changes, which is just unreasonable for a local business. However, if one utilizes the principle of economies of scale, then development time and cost can be brought down dramatically. My development team of programmers and graphic designers have built thousands of custom apps for all different types of businesses. They have this down to a science and can do it at an unbelievably low cost with very high quality. And they can potentially have your app done in the App Store in as little as a month's time. Here's how it works. If you decide to work with us, then we only need an hour of your time to go over the features that you want in your mobile app. You can specify whatever you want, or if you have no idea what you want, you can leave the design process in the hands of our expert designers. Our design team will then take roughly 2 weeks to work on a mock-up. And if you want any changes made, I can go back to my design team and hopefully they can have it turned around in a couple days. Once you're fine with the app, then they can build it for 3 separate platforms: the iPhone, the iPad, and Android, and they will be submitted to the Apple Store and the Google Play Store for approval. Then while you wait, you can begin to pre-market your new app to create a buzz. We handle all the submissions, and our team has a 99% success rate at getting apps approved on Apple's platform, which you might know has a pretty high standard. That should take between 2 and 3 weeks, but is largely out of our control. Once approved, you have your own app live so you can start to benefit from all the new business that you will have from your app. In terms of our fees, the amount of which will depend on the complexity of the app itself, we only accept payment for the development fee after you are satisfied with the app and are ready to submit it to the App Store. There's also a very modest monthly fee that covers ongoing changes to the app. You can make up to 2 changes to the app per month to keep it up to date with what is going on in your business. Our developers will also make any ongoing changes as necessary to make sure that the apps are compatible with any upgrades to the iOS and Android operating systems. You will not pay your first monthly fee until 30 days after the app is live, but it should be well less than what you're paying if you're doing just a limited text message marketing campaign now. And that is despite the fact that you can send unlimited push notifications through our system. It's just that easy to take a leap over your competitors, who probably don't even know they can have their own mobile app. I want you to imagine today how your business would have benefited if you were one of the first to have a presence on the internet. Well, now is your chance to get ahead of the game with mobile apps. Chances are 20 years from now, your competitors will all have mobile apps, as most businesses have websites today. It will be an integral part of everyone's business. The only question is, will you adopt it today and get the leg up on everyone else? Or will you wait for your competitors to gain the edge by adopting this technology first? With a small investment, you can have your own mobile app within the next month. Contact us today at 786-574-9104 to begin to reap the benefits of mobile app marketing today. Again, that is 786-574-9104